Hi, in this video I'm going to talk to you about finding distance between 2 points. Now, the 2 points that I'm talking about, they'll be they will be obviously given on a Cartesian plane, which is the XY coordinate system. But before we do that, let's just go and have a look at a right angled triangle, and you will notice that I have labeled the triangle as side A is equal to 6. Let's make that to be centimeters, and B is equal to 8 centimeters. So what is the length of C? And if you can recall from what you learned in trigonometry, you must have learned about Pythagoras theorem. So using Pythagoras, I need to write this again. Pythagoras theorem. So what does Pythagoras theorem say? Is the longest side squared is equal to sum of the two square of the two shortest sides. So if I want to find the length of the C, basically you will have to go and do 6 squared plus 8 squared. So C squared is going to be 36 plus 64, and C squared is equal to 100. Therefore C is going to be square root of 100, which is equal to 10 centimeters. So in this case, the length of that, the longest side, considered 10 centimeters. Now, let's have a look at a line segment that has been given to us on a XY coordinate system or a Cartesian plane. And you'll notice that the points are labeled as 1, 1, and 7, 4. And I need to work out the distance of this line. And if you have a look here, you will notice that I have drawn two lines, two dotted lines in color red, and that angle there comes out to be a right angle triangle. So again, I need to figure out how do I go about working out the length of this line AB. But what I know is that if I form a right angle triangle, then I can figure out the lengths of the two shortest sides. So let's figure out the length of this side over here, which is the longest side over here. And you'll notice that the points are at 1, 1 and B is at 7, 4. So the distance in the horizontal direction, which is along the x-axis, is going to be 7 minus 1. And in the y direction, it is going to be 4 minus 1, which is equal to 3. And this is going to be equal to 6. So now I can actually go and work out the length AB. AB squared is equal to square root of 7 minus 1 squared plus 4 minus 1 squared, and that is equal to 7 minus 1 is 6 squared plus 3 squared, and that is equal to 6 squared is 36. It should be AB is equal to square root of not AB squared. So 36 plus 9 square root of that, and that is going to be square root of 45. So AB is equal to square root of 45, and you can actually go and work out what that is going to be in terms of decimal value. So let's just go back and have a look at this over here, and let's say that I have been given, let me just draw a Cartesian plane over here. Okay, and let's say I've been given 2 points over here, one over here. I'll label this point as x1, y1, b as x2, y2. So I want to find the length of this line over here. It is AB. Sorry, I'm just labeling this while I'm talking. So I want to find the length of this line AB. And there we go. Now, I will need to do exactly the same thing as I did before, but this time I am going to just do the dotted line over here so that I can see what I'm actually doing. You don't have to do this all the time. So I want to find the length of the two shorter sides. So the two shorter sides is going to be, so this one over here is going to be, this is x1 and this point over there is x2. So if I label this over here, if I can extend that, this point there is x2 and that point there is x1. Over here this is y1 and that point there is y2. So that distance there and this distance there is going to be x2 minus x1. This distance there is y2 minus y1. So in other words, if I can translate this, this is going to be x2 minus x1. This is y2 minus y1. So now I know what the distance of the two shorter sides are, so I can work out I can write a general rule to work out the length of a line segment when 2 points are given as this over here. I have x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So you need to remember this rule over here to be able to work out the length of a line segment when 2 points are given to you. Thank you. Oh, let's just before I should have said thank you, I wanted to do an example. So let's just go and do an example here. So example, calculate the distance between two points A is minus 6 minus 2 and B is minus 8 and 10. So before we proceed, we can label this as I'm going to label this as x1 comma y1. This one is x2 comma y2. So the length of line AB is going to be x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared, and x2 over here is 8 minus 6 squared plus y2 is 10 minus 2 squared. Okay, so 8 minus 6 is going to be 14 squared plus 12 squared, and 14 squared over here is going to be 196 plus 144. So it's going to be the square root of 2 square root of 340.